Okay, today we have the brand new Burberry Hero Parfum. So you guys remember the Eau de Toilette coming out a few years ago at this point. I got that one in, I tried it, and it didn't do a whole lot for me. So much so that I gave that bottle away to one of my subscribers. I no longer have it, and I haven't repurchased it. Just haven't felt the need. You know, again, there's a reason why I ended up giving it away ultimately, because I wasn't getting any sort of enjoyment out of it. Therefore, I wasn't featuring it in any videos, and so it made sense. The Eau de Parfum came out. That one looked pretty interesting, and so I pulled the trigger on it, kind of expecting not to like it a whole lot either, and that was a major pleasant surprise. I've talked about the Eau de Parfum quite a bit, featured in a lot of videos. I've worn it quite a bit as well. It's a really solid release and a major improvement. And so, you know, I have to say I'm pretty excited to try out the new Parfum. Now, the price point on this is ungodly. It's like $153, kind of random, but I believe that's what it was, for a refillable 100 ml bottle. So, you know, I'm not condoning you to go out and pay retail for this or really any of these new releases. They're getting to the point where that's just not feasible. Watch out for discounter pricing coming up. And if you want to be the first to be notified when these new releases hit discounters because they sell quick, jump on my mailing list and texting list down below. But let's go ahead and get this one opened up and we'll see how it is. So here is our bottle. Nice little permanent built-in scratch right out of the back. I don't know if you can see that. I smudged it up with my fingerprints. Let me try to wipe that off because I was trying to pick at it and see if it was going to come off, but you can kind of see it there in the light. A little scratch on the back right there. That's unfortunate, although I'm not going to pretend like I'm really upset by that. I mean, my bottles get beat up. I have 2 broken ones over there because it's, you know, rough out here. But, you know, for 150 bucks paying for this at full retail, you'd like to not see that. So, oh well, let's go ahead and get this one on. We'll do one more spray for good luck. I am having high hopes for this. And it definitely reminds me a lot of that Eau de Parfum. Now, I gotta be completely honest, I can't remember at this point what the Eau de Toilette really smells like. Like I said, I didn't like it at first, and so I ended up giving it away. I can't reference back to that anymore, so I don't remember. But I can reference back to that Eau de Parfum, which I've smelled quite a bit, and there are similarities here. Right away, no surprise, and you know, this is what you would expect, but this one is stronger and heavier. It does have more of a drier, spicier woodiness to it. And now the Eau de Parfum, if you look at the notes on that, there's 3 different types of cedar wood. So it's safe to say that that one's pretty cedar wood heavy, and it actually is. But this one, it doesn't have all of that. I'll have to pull up the notes. I can't remember. I don't even know if it has cedar wood listed off the top of my head, but I'm picking up on it. I'm picking up on a vetiver, a cypress in here, which I know for a fact is listed. I do remember seeing that, which is true, and it's coming through, aiding in that woodiness, but it does have this interesting kind of, I don't know, not like a tree sap smell, but almost like a pine needles, woodsy, slightly sweet undertone, which is a bit interesting. Up top we have amyris, in the mid we have cedarwood, and in the base we have cypriol oil or nagarmotha. So yeah, a powerful, earthy, aromatic, woody fragrance. So cypriol oil, I've seen that before, typically combined with the cedar wood and some other woods going on. And I'm assuming that's what I'm getting from this kind of syrupy smell. So I guess that would make sense. Again, that's the marketing note breakdown. They only give us 3 these days most of the times because that's what they want you to focus on. But there's more going on. You know, there's, to me, still a little bit of a vetiver in here. There's more of an earthiness aside from just the woods there, almost like maybe a patchouli that's coming through also. And so there's things like that. It does have a little bit of a powdery, slightly airy, uplifting freshness about it. And I guess that kind of be coming from the amyris, which kind of gives off a little bit of a powdery smell. So again, going back to what I was saying there, you know, compared to the Eau de Parfum, this one's a pretty big step up in terms of just having even more depth and complexity going on behind it. Again, that Eau de Parfum was a big improvement, but this one's taking it to the next level. I'm really liking it here. This might not be something that is super exciting and you know, definitely familiar, right? Not only to the Burberry Eau de Parfum hero eau de parfum, but also just some other woods and aromatic focused scents out there. So don't expect to be 100% blown away by this one. Like, this isn't something that you're gonna smell and you know, have never smelled anything like it before. There's some level of a familiar smell to it, which is kind of what a lot of these brands are going for. That's what works really well. But it is cool to see that they are making, at least in my opinion, some pretty major improvements here. Again, this is first impressions, brand new. So to say that I'm already loving it more than the EDP would be, you know, unfair. And I'm not gonna say that, because I do need to wear this one more and I would like to test them side by side. But I do like it a lot, and still something that is expensive, you know, $150+ plus tax and everything, shipping, retail. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say it's worth that. It's once you can get this one on discounters, it's going to be a much better purchase. You know, it's still going to be around in the $100 range, lower 100s, but that's better than what it's for right now. And I think once it gets there, you'll find this to be a pretty wearable, versatile, woody, and masculine scent. That's the final thing I'll end on here is, you know, you might not get excited about this, but let's put this up against a lot of the other new releases that these mega designer brands are churning out, getting sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. This is not. It's staying the more traditional route with heavy focus on dry, spicy, earthy woods, giving it that more masculine feel. I think there's something to say about it. And I guess this is the final thing I'll end on. Performance-wise, it's too soon to tell, but given that it's a parfum, and this probably isn't going to show either. This is just kind of goofy. That's not going to work. Okay. These parfums, you know, especially when it's a true parfum, it will leave an oil on your skin to where you can see it, but you can also feel it. Like, I can just feel there's a very thin film on top of my skin from where I sprayed this, because it's that heavier concentrated parfum oil. So what I'm trying to get at here is I'm assuming that's probably going to perform pretty good, but we'll have to see, and I'll update in future lists and things like that. Alrighty guys, the new Burberry Hero Parfum, not bad, not the most exciting thing ever, and probably won't be one of the best releases of the year, but it's a nice improvement. And again, once it comes down in price, I think it'll be a decent pickup for a versatile scent. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.